Wait, Instructor Rean! We should make sure we don't kill it, right?
We won't have to worry about that. It can't be killed with normal weapons. We've tired it out, though. Let's capture him while we have him.
What's it doing to the Tachi?
Is it trying to eat it?
I told you, didn't I? Not even a weapon forged with Zemurian ore will work against one of Adios's holy beasts. The only thing that could possibly have an effect is a blade forged from a soul, the sword of the end. Now, let us... What is it, Georg? What? All right. Send the footage over.
Footage? What footage? Are you now loading me? Get to the footage. I warned you. Footage. Earlier. What?
Everybody, look!
Oh, this still worries me. What did George do? I'm gonna have to do a now loading again. Oh no.
I knew there was no chance of Shara making it here, but I'd hoped to at least meet up with Mueller before heading in.
I might be a little late, but I will be there. Until then, don't push yourself too hard, Olivier.
Well, there's nothing we really could have done about it. His hands were pretty full. But dang, that's quite the sight. Especially considering it popped up out of nowhere.
We shall infiltrate as soon as we land. Though it would appear there's something we need to see to before then.
What do you mean?
Oh, hell yeah! They made it!
Oh, Olivier.
This is the Courageous. All members of Ouroboros and all Jaeger Corps, cease fire immediately. I repeat.
The Radiant Blade Master is here.
Bet that Zero Artisan guy's with him.
Well, Georg, whatever shall we do about this?
I mean, he's clearly sabotaged it, hasn't he? Get to it. It's gonna explode, isn't it? They're gonna be so confident, like, look at us up in the sky, and then it's... boom. Why else would they be showing them?
Father!
The cavalry's finally here.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, it's just the fact everyone's like, yay! Your hopes are gonna be dashed.
Might even be a bit too much for Zeno and Leo.
Well, shall I?
Lecter just sensed it. It's your brother, mate.
What are you doing? Stop!
What's that device?
I knew it.
This is...
I underestimated them. Shara, I'm sorry.
Sorry, looks like I messed up.
Goddess, please protect my daughter.
No.
This isn't happening.
What have they...
Did they really have to take it that far?
Did you do that, George?
Now do you believe me? I'll say it again. Angie is dead.
No words. No words.
Oliver! Your Highness! Rean, what's going on?
Adios. Chairman Irina, when did you realize he was still alive?
From the beginning. I knew there was some secret he'd been keeping from the start. But it's only now that I've been able to grasp the whole picture.
Sir High Arms. This barrier will hold for a while without me. May I leave things here to you for the time being?
Certainly. But where are you headed?
I need to go take care of something for a patron of mine.
I mean, that hurts even more. That being basically our old ship.
Hurry! It'll be taking off soon!
Yes, Commander!
Ah, you made it, Miss Witch. Everything has gone exactly as Lady Mildine predicted.
Just as she predicted how the noble armies would agree to the Northern War. And your appointment to the branch campus. That uncle of hers can't hold a candle to someone with such a sharp mind. Now that the prince is gone, hers is the only hand left in the game. The prince, the radiant blade master, that blonde bracer. We lost some exceptional people.
Indeed. Farewell, Master.
However, our little mistress is still in a rather dangerous spot. Shouldn't you go and rescue her?
I was told it wasn't necessary. She said she wanted to see how this game plays out with her own eyes.
The Pantagruel has completed launch preparations. It's time.
Very well.
Yes, let us be off.
I mean, I doubt even Muse saw that that was going to happen. I like how they're essentially, we'll be having that. Name of the game, everyone.
Father! Laura!
Stay strong.
What a waste. Would have liked to fight him again.
May their souls find their way to Adios.
It's just intriguing, just the way Ouroboros is very much like, yeah, we don't like that.
Your Excellency and Your Highness, was this truly all right with the two of you?
Yes.
Farewell, Olivert.
Blew him to hell without so much as a word.
I'd get it if this was a Jaeger on Jaeger fight, but...
I can't believe it. Elisa. Laura.
This is bad.
Rean, get back!
Instructor Rean!
Don't worry about it.
It would seem my turn has come.
Oh, Christ.
Sorry, Black Rabbit. But this is the only way.
In comes Milliam.
What are you doing? No!
I will make it as quick as I can.
Must. I must protect. I must. Rean, Yuna, Kurt, Muse, Ash, William, everyone.
Allie, you...
How can you treat her like some manufactured tool? Look at her! Right now, she's far more human than you are!
I didn't expect she'd develop emotion to such a degree.
Come, Clown Soleus!
Gonna fuck you up, mate.
No! That barrier won't... It's not strong enough!
Altina! Run! Milliam!
Milliam, no!
You fool! What are you doing? Damn it.
Oh.
Well, why? This is my role. I'm the one who's supposed to become the sword. I'm the one who can protect everyone. Nah, you just leave that to your big sis, okay? We've got the same specs. I can fill that role too. Actually, no. I don't care about that. Rean, Eusis, Elisa, Fee, Laura, Emma, Machias, Elliot, Gaius, Sarah. You too, Tilly. I'm gonna protect everyone!
Milliam! No!
The Originator's Zero Sword.
The Divine Knight changed with him?
What is that?
The second form.
He's been consumed.
I hate when I'm right. Oh yeah, strength up, speed up. Oh. I don't even... I mean... What do you say at this point? What do you say? Yeah... I thought that would finish it off, but... Hate when I'm right.
Stop! Please!
Rean! Come to your senses!
Snap out of it, Rean!
Why is this happening?
Instructor Rean!
Leave him for now.
The great Twilight begins. Did something just... Baby crying. Oh no, what's wrong? Hey, Rico, peekaboo! At least she tried. Am I imagining things? Yep, this year's Spring Dye Festival is better than ever. Over here! Wait up! What has it done, though? Because everything seems fine. Even crossbow. Ow! Cuphead, what's wrong? You're gonna be mean, and then I'm not gonna feed you. You've been messing with my business for long enough. I'm not gonna take it anymore. Oh really? What do you think you're gonna do? Help me with old groceries? Let's all calm down. This is nothing to fight over. What's going on here? Oh, fuck. Don't you dare take me lightly. If something were to happen to the Emperor, sorts of things could be set into motion. I need to find a way to get a leg up on my competitors before that happens. Everyone, I ask you not to panic. The world is happening. I mean, that's not red or blue. So what the hell is it?
They vanished? What's going on?
Almost seems like the opposite of what I'd expect to happen.
Hey, did anyone else feel something weird?
Yeah, like some black wave washed over us.
Are we saved?
Thank goodness.
But still... Damn it! Why is this happening to us?
The Emperor has fallen, and now even the courageous.
Who's doing all this to us?
However, this incident demonstrates without a shadow of a doubt the identity of the foreign power that orchestrated this tragedy.
It was a handgun manufactured in the Republic of Calvard. It was a Verne Company make. Further, it has come to light that in the past few days, nearly 100 Calvardian spies had infiltrated Heimdall.
And now this. The message they have sent us is clear. This is no less than a declaration of war. We can no longer ignore the threat at our eastern borders. The Republic of Calvard.
That's right! The Prince and the Chancellor told us! This is Calvard's fault!
Yeah, they're the ones doing all this.
Why would they do this to us?
We need to end them before they kill us all! We can't let them sully the pride of Erebonia!
Oh, why? What's wrong with them?
General, what's going on?
I have no clue, but
Things are probably only going to get worse, yeah. Seems to be the way around here. Don't like the ominous music noise thing.
What just happened?
Randy, who was that?
Yeah, something must have gone wrong.
I get...
Don't worry. No matter what happens, I'll protect you.
So it started. Which means Crow is... no turning back now.
Indeed. This is what we've been working towards. However...
What happens now?
What in the world have we been working toward?
I don't know. However...
Is this the wish our Lord has been waiting so long for?
Well, of course. This is the Great Twilight, meaning you were working toward the end of the world. This is the successful execution of the Phantasmal Blaze Plan.
But why?
The worst case scenario has been realized. What will you do from here?
This situation no longer involves just Erebonia. We must move carefully, or the entire world will meet its end.
He's still at it?
Instructor! Please, listen!
We got Altina back, so please.
The Holy Beast!
No!
Stop! You can't!
Damn it. Why'd I have to remember now of all times? The 7 Divine Knights. What a pain in my ass.
Crow?
You remember.
Fine. Guess I'll jump in too.
Boss?
This outcome was inevitable.
It's a hell of a time to remember, Crow.
Heed my call! Ordine!
Come, Zector!
To me, Agreon!
Hey, get a hold of yourself!
Keep him there, got it?
You have a ways yet to go.
An impressive scene. I think I'll join them. Awaken, Testarossa!
That's 5.
Yes, this feeling. Yes, this is it. The power I felt back then is finally mine!
Your Highness.
It's impressive for sure. Not really my type, though.
Fool. This won't help Milliam rest in peace. Heed your master, Ishmelga!
I hate it when I'm right. So that's 6.
The Ebon Knight.
Huh. It's about damn time.
So that's your guy's master, huh?
Yes. That's correct.
Guess there is something out there that can utterly overpower me.
Now 6 are assembled. As for the final one...
Rufus has a Divine Knight.
What have I...
Now, Rean, let us begin. Together we shall write the end to this wretched fairy tale. In ink, black as despair.
Don't you fucking dare. Bastards. Yes. Oh, I'm so glad I've got other games to go to. I'm so glad I've got 5 more. I've got 5 more I can go to. At least I have that. At least I have that. We've got a long wait. Hell of a long wait. Because we ain't got a release date at this point. I'm assuming it is coming, otherwise what would it... Anyway. Let's get to theories. Because I've already got one ready of what I think's gonna happen in Cold Steel 4 and what's going on. Because if we think to what Vita was doing in Cold Steel 2, she was trying to get Crow and Ash to fight. Ash? Why do I keep calling everyone Ash? She was getting Crow and Rean to fight. Weird. Crow and Rean to fight. That's what she was doing at the end and having them face off. So I'm wondering if what the Great Twilight is. Like, part of it is all the Divine Knights have to fight each other. In order... just trying to collect my thoughts. So it's all on the go as we're going right here. So it's very much... thinking... Right. How did you end it there? Yes. So the Divine Knights fight each other. And then with each fight, whoever wins... Highlander. There can be only one. You fight Divine Knight versus Divine Knight. The Divine Knight that wins gains the power of the other one. Until there's only 2 left standing. And then one kills the last one, the other one. Which then means... What was that? What was that? Then Steel comes back, essentially. The Septarian of Steel comes back. That's what I feel it's about. That's as much as I've got to go on at this point. There's not much else that I feel I can connect dots to at this point. I mean, we will probably be back at this point in future, because we're obviously going back to Trails in the Sky, and then circling all the way back here to this point, having all the knowledge attained from the other 5 games. That's the plan. And we're going back for Cold Steel 1 and Cold Steel 2 as well. We've got a lot of NPCs to speak to. Right, so, got a text document ready for when we get to this point, based on what my thoughts were a little while ago. Because now I've got new thoughts, obviously, so I may have to update this as we go. So right, so what's about, like, what's going on, what we're planning, what everything. Why would you end it there, bastards? Right, so the experiment that we're doing, Cold Steel 3 instead of going back. So Cold Steel 1, Cold Steel 2, Cold Steel 3, and then going back. Like, how do I feel that's gone? I do feel that Cold Steel 3 has done a fantastic job of giving you enough details of what's happened in some of the games you haven't played, without sort of getting, like, bogged down in the details massively. It's like, it gives you just enough so you understand everything within the context of this story, with what's happening right here. Now that is a fantastic thing to do when there's so much that's happened in the world. So that, from an experiment point of view, seeing how that would play out, it's like, yeah, Cold Steel 3 works. You don't need... It's preferable, yes, but you don't need to know the previous arcs. So I wouldn't say you need to know Cold Steel 1, Cold Steel 2, but I'd say you need to, really, to have the impact of this type of stuff. You need it. Whereas it's like, at this point, I don't feel you need Sky or Crossbow. Preferable, you don't need it. That's how I feel with the experiment so far. The other aspect I would say is Cold Steel 1, Cold Steel 2 made me very, very excited to play the Crossbow games, because we saw the stuff that was happening there. Cold Steel 3 has made me excited for Trails in the Sky, because it's touched on it enough to make me like, well, now I want to know. Now I want to know what was going on. And we can go find out. We can go find out. Yes! We can go find out. Brilliant. Right. Ah, Brittany Avery. Fantastic. Right, so, like, we surely know that stuff about her. There's the grass. Why would you end it there? Anyway, what else we got to talk about? Characters. Characters, yes. Is there going to be a post-game scene? What's this? Thus marks the beginning of the flame's end. Despair washes over the Empire, the continent, the world. But don't lose hope. Even in the darkness, flashes of light remain. In every heart, every pair of joined hands, and in eyes fixed firmly on the future. Rest for now, then rise once more. To see this wretched fairy tale through to the end. To be continued, obviously. Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, to me, I see that as a promise from Lisa that they're going to release Cold Steel 4. I see that as a promise from them. About saving clear data. Yeah, screw that. Right, so anyway, characters. Let's go from Yuna, fantastic addition to just this story, the Erebonia arc, so we could learn more about Crossbow. I feel like she was very much a needed presence in the story for us to really feel what was going on with Crossbow. That absolutely fantastic. Ash was amazing. Fantastically voice acted, by the way. By far the best performance in this in terms of voice acting. Really was. Absolutely loved his character, because I hated his character at first. Again, hated it within terms of the story. Loved that I hated it. I've been through it within the story. You know what I mean by that. Altina, fantastic addition. I love the fact like she went from someone that was an antagonist to someone who's just there. We want to like see grow, nurture to the point we ended up at the end there. It's like, geez. Muse, she's fantastic because we don't really know what she's capable of. We got hints towards the end of like what's going on with her, but it's that sort of like she's more like a promise of more with her, which is very, very interesting. Kurt, I feel, was honestly the weakest out of the new Class 7 group. Because it's like, he just feels like it's a retread of old ideas that we had from Cold Steel 1 and Cold Steel 2 with like the likes of Laura. So it's sort of like, yeah, feels like we've touched on this type of stuff before. I mean, obviously he had his connection to like the prince and stuff like that, which was important, but it's still like, out of all of them, he was the weakest of the group in terms of story. Still very important, don't get me wrong, still a fantastic character, but the weakest of the good ones, if that makes sense. But in terms of other characters, I oddly feel that the old Class 7 was sort of shoehorned into the story at times. It's like, but I don't want to spend time with these new Class 7. It's like, you keep forcing me into these situations with the old Class 7 where it's like, I want to spend time with the new ones. It's just, that feels more important. I don't know. That's generally how I feel with that. So anyway, that's the characters. Overall then, with Cold Steel 3. I'd say Cold Steel 3 has elevated my love of Kiseki, Legend of Heroes, to that of Mass Effect. Now, anybody who knows me knows how much I love Mass Effect. I absolutely adore that series. Adore it. For similar reasons to this, where it's the world building, everything feels like it's intricately laid out. Areas are perfectly designed, have a history to them, there's an understanding of stuff that's been happening before. All the stuff that makes this good is in Mass Effect. That's why I like comparing them, because it's like, I get the same feelings from them. Other people may disagree, that's fine. I don't expect you to agree with me. It's just that's how I feel. I also feel Cold Steel 3 is sort of like a retelling, a redoing of Cold Steel 1. A vastly improved version of Cold Steel 1. A lot of the same beats were happening throughout the story that happened in Cold Steel 1, but it was done so much better. Pacing so much better. So much better than Cold Steel 1. But I will say this, and there's negatives in this, obviously, but, they're not that big of an issue. Cold Steel 3 definitely has story issues when you look at it standalone. If you look at Cold Steel 3 on its own, its story has problems. Because it's like, you've got these chapters where you're learning about Ouroboros doing all these experiments. What happened to that? It just ended. It's like, okay. So, what was the build-up towards there? It's like, in terms of the story in Cold Steel 3, that's kind of like, what was the point of that? We didn't get to the actual story towards the end. Till towards the end, I mean. So it's like, that feels sort of like a bit of a waste. But, when you look at what Cold Steel 3 is, it's the third chapter in the Erebonia arc. It's the third part. So it's like you have to look at it that way in terms of the story. And it works fine that way. Like, works absolutely fine. So it's like, I don't have an issue with it there. It's just, that is a negative on the way these games work, but in order to lead to such a big positive. Because that works very, very well. I do feel it works so much better with a smaller Class 7 this time as well. There's much more focus on what was going on in the story. It's probably why the pacing was probably a bit slow in Cold Steel 1. It's like, because we're just bogged down with so many characters. And the characters interacted together more as well. They weren't split up into two groups every chapter. So it's sort of like everyone mingled together. It was all nice. I liked it very, very much. Obviously, again, more negatives. Like, the game does have graphical issues, frame rate dips here and there, animations are a bit, a bit ropey, but I excuse that because it's Falcom. We know limited on budget, limited on size, all that types of thing. It's like, we can give them a pass on that because it's like they deliver so much good from what they do that we'll give them a pass. Is that sort of like it? Does the good outweigh the bad? Massively. So ignore it. It doesn't matter. But please, Falcom, please add more character model variations. Could you do that? Please, at least, like, give them a hat or something. I mean, when we had, like, what was it? When the main campus was going off to that place near the race course, it's like you just had, like, guy with brown hair, guy with green hair, guy with brown hair, guy with green hair. They all looked exactly the same, and it was very, very weird. It's like, we need a bit more variation than that, please. Like, have a guy with pink hair, have a guy with blonde hair there. Like, it's just vary up a bit more, because it takes you out of the story. That's the issue I have with that. And if we want to be fair to Nisa, the translation for a game this size, fantastic job. For a game, think how big this game is in terms of dialogue. All those NPCs. Look how long this Let's Play took because I read everything out. And there was not that many errors when you think about it. Fantastic job. Fantastic job. So, that's for Cold Steel 3. What about the series overall now? Kiseki, Legend of Heroes. Loving it. Absolutely loving it at this point. Adoring it. It's like one giant big puzzle for me. Absolutely fantastic. I understand the series on a certain level now. It's like the main character isn't Rean. The main character isn't Estelle. The main character isn't Lloyd. The main character is Zumeria. Yeah. The world is the character. These are just things that are happening within it, and we're seeing it from certain points of view. All about the world. It's kind of partly why I feel like the old Class 7 showing up was kind of odd, because it's like, it doesn't feel like it's about Rean anymore. It feels like it's about the world, but Rean's place within it, and it's like the old Class 7 sort of gets in the way of that a little bit. Just a little bit. Like, it's not a massive deal, like I said, it's not a massive deal. It's just I want to learn more about the world rather than the interplay and all that type of stuff. It's that sort of feeling now, really. And obviously, no way in hell am I playing Cold Steel 4 before the others. I am going to do Trails in the Sky. I am going to do the Crossbelt games. I am going to go back through Cold Steel 1, Cold Steel 2, Cold Steel 3, then Cold Steel 4, regardless of when it comes out. Release dates do not matter in that regard. Let's put it like that. Just, nope. Cold Steel 4 will be the last one we get to. I'm assuming there are, like, you know what I mean by that. You know what I mean. And one final point I will say on Kiseki as a series before we say goodbye. In fact, I'll do the goodbye now. So goodbye. Thank you very much for watching me go through Cold Steel 1, Cold Steel 2, Cold Steel 3. Hope you'll join me as we go through Trails in the Sky and then Crossbell. Oh yeah, obviously the normal housekeeping nonsense. If you want to support me on Patreon, you can do there. You can find me, the Twit Gamer, just search blah blah blah, link in description, you know, all that nonsense. I mean, support me, you know I hate doing that. So yeah, the one final point I will say about Kiseki, overall, the one thing it's missing, in my opinion, and I say this as a fan, not as anything else, it needs Sarah Ann Williams. She's perfect for this series.